Hello, welcome to my channel. So we are going to be learning how to cut a shirt, and these are the measurements: the shoulder 12, the chest 24, the full length 18, the neck circumference 12, the sleeve length 8, and the arm 10. I'm adding 2 inches to the chest because I want it to be free, and also 2 inches to the arm, making 12 and 26. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing we need to do is to get our starting point line, and from that starting point line I'm going to be getting the length of the front. We are starting with the front panels. So the length is 18. I added 1 to make 19 inches. So that's 19. I'll just join those points like this. Okay, so this will give me the length of the front panel. The next thing we need to do is to get the width, and we have 26. We'll divide that 26 by 4 to give us 6.5. Then I'm going to be adding 2 extra inches for sewing allowance. Then I'll add 3 extra inches for the button facing. Then I'll add 1 inch for the overlap. There's going to be an overlap for the buttons, so that's 6 extra inches. Okay, so 6.5 plus 6 extra inches will give me 12.5. That is what I'm marking, as you can see me doing. Okay, so this is going to give us the width of the shirt. After getting the points, the next thing is just to join those points. Join the points. All right, so that done, I'll just cut off. Just cut off, simply cut it off, just the way I'm doing. Please, if you are new to my channel, consider subscribing. Thank you so much. So after cutting this now, the next thing we need to do is to get the back panel. This front panel is not on fold, so we have 2 different pieces, but the back panel is going to be on fold. We need it to be on fold because the button is going to be in front of the shirt, so I'm just going to fold it like this. You can see it's on fold, so I'll just fold it now, and then we'll get our measurement. So in order to get our measurement, I just need to use the chest line. So the chest line divided by 4, as we already know, is 6.5. So I'll place it there, and then I will add 2 inches for the sewing allowance. So after doing that, we are going to be getting 8.5. So I'm just adjusting the fabric again so I don't waste material. I'm just adjusting it to make sure that I have the 8.5. You can see. So that is all that we need for the front. I've gotten the 8.5. So now I'm going to be adding +5 to the length of the back. 4 inches for lapping over the shoulder. You'll see us do that shortly. And then 1 inch for what we added to the front block. That's for turning. All right, so I added +5 to the length of the shirt. So that's 18 plus 5. So in other words, the back is longer than the front. So after getting those, I'm just, cutting it off like this. All right, so I'm placing the front on top of the back like this. So on this side, I'll make sure that both of them are equal. Can you see? And I'll take it up and make sure that the top is equal to. Then I'll fold it in. Can you see what I'm doing? That part is going to be the button part, and then I'll make sure I leave 1 inch out. Okay, I'll fold it in, but there'll be an extra 1 inch outwards, just like that. Okay, so I just want to press it down. So it will lay down flat very well for me and make it easy for me to walk. You can see what I'm doing. Okay, so after ironing it, the next thing I need to do is to get my slant, my shoulder slant. So I'm going in by 3 inches. Go in by 3 inches and join it to the neck part, just like this. So after joining, you just need to cut it out to give us the shoulder slant. This is our shoulder slant. So after cutting out, I'll just bring it down. See the way I brought it down, and then I would lap this on top. So I'll just lap it over the front by like 1/2 inch. Okay, so I'm just lapping it over the front by like 1/2 inch, and I'll press it down. I like to press down so everything lays flat and it's easier to work with. So after placing it down now, the next thing to do is just to get our shoulder measurement divided by 2, which is 6.5. But I'll add 1/2 inch to the 6. Which is 6, and I'll add 1/2 inch to get 6.5. That same 6.5 I'll measure down like this. Okay, and to help me draw a straight line, I measured at the chest area too. So you can see I'll just join those points like this. So my shoulder and my armhole depth are equal. I want a free shirt. Okay, so divide that into 2. You can see, and go in by 1/2 inch. All right, then I'll just use a curve to just draw my armhole measurement to get my armhole curve. So I'm just getting the curve. I'm just using that as a guide. So this is going to serve as the armhole for the front. Okay, so that's the armhole for the front. The armhole for the front is usually deeper. So now I want to do the neckline. I'm just going in from that crease line from the fold. I went in by 1 inch, and it's from that 1 inch that we'll be drawing the neck. Okay, so the depth, I worked with a depth of 4, and I came out by 2.5. Then I'm going to draw like a square. This is going to guide me. This square is going to help me to draw a perfect circle. So I'm just going to try to do like a circle there, and then after drawing this circle, what I'll do is to measure it. So the neck circumference is 12. Okay, so I need to have like a 6, and that is what I have. So I'll just that's perfect, because what I need, 6 times 2 is 12. Okay, so what I need is what I have right there. So I'm just going to be cutting off. So see the way I'm cutting off. I'm trying to cut off the front armhole first. So I'm cutting off the front armhole first before cutting off the back. When cutting off the back, I'll make sure that the back comes out by like 0.5 inches. I'm not cutting it on the same line with the front armhole. See, I left a space of like 1/2 inch, because the back armhole is supposed to be bigger than the front armhole. So I'm cutting the neck now, and you see that I'm raising up that flap because I don't want to cut the back and the front together. Can you see? I just raised up that flap, and then I'll continue and make sure that I'm cutting only the front I'm trying to be really careful with my cutting so I don't mistakenly cut the back with the front, you know. That would be a waste of time. So I stopped at the 1 inch mark. As you can see, I stopped at the 1 inch mark there. So I'm just going to do a straight line all the way there, and I'll bring it out. So when we are sewing, I'm going to be trimming the other part. Okay, I'm going to be trimming off the other part. For now, I'm just trimming up that part. There's, you know, when you cut, you will notice that there's just this little part of it hanging there, so I'll cut it, and we are going to trim off the front when I'm sewing. Okay, so just leave it like this. The next thing we need to do is to get the facing for the back. So I want it to be like a 2-piece. I already did a short, so I want to use this material as the facing so it will kind of blend with the short knicker, you know. So I'm folding that fabric into 2, okay, and then I'll just place my back on it and trace out to get the back facing. So I'll just place it that way. I'm taking the front out of the way so that I can see properly. Okay, so just place it properly very well. Try to manage your fabric. Don't just place it anywhere. Make sure you're placing it at an edge. Okay, and then I'm just cutting off, basically tracing what we have already. So I'm just cutting off, and then you notice that the back facing is going to stop before the end of your armhole curve. You can see, so I have my back facing. So that's for that. The next thing we need to do is to cut the sleeve. So to cut the sleeve, I'm just taking my armhole measurement, which is around 9. Okay, so I'm going to be marking that on the fabric. So 9 minus 1.5, that is what gave me the width, and then the length is 8 inches. Remember, I'll add 2 inches for the folding. So that is me marking the allowance, and this is the actual length. Okay, so now the next thing we need to do is to, you know, put the sleeve, the round sleeve. So we have 8. Okay, so I'm just going to, the arm, I mean, is 10, so I put 5 there, and you know, I'll come down by 3 inches. Okay, then I'll join the points to that 3 inches, and I'll do a curve. Okay, so just to get our sleeve. All right, remember that the width of the sleeve is the armhole that I measured, 9 minus 1.5. So now once you take it, you will see that it's the same 9. Okay, so this is how to get your sleeve. Very easy to do. So I'm cutting the curve now, which is exactly the 9. Okay, and then I'll go down to my round arm and just cut it off at the length. That's the allowance. So there you have it. You have your sleeve. I'm just notching the midpoint. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed this video, please ensure that you give me a thumbs up, you comment, you like, you share, subscribe to encourage me. Thank you very much, and see you in another tutorial. Bye.